dads get their kids Legos.
This movie's bad on so many levels, it's actually difficult to discuss.
Are you serious?
It's kind of still an open wound.
Where's my fucking violin?
They got everything wrong. Like, literally, they just got so many characters so wrong. In the Hellboy comics, Vomit Ghost, and I hated the scene where it wasn't even enjoyable. That's why nothing makes sense. This writing is like, this is where things get lost. It's so wrong, but there's so much.
He's an asshole.
I just don't like my body.
Okay.
I'm pretty drunk right now.
Yeah!
Nick's playing with himself. I'm gonna drink. Just doing what I do. Oh, God, I hate myself. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
We're legal.
Oh, are we?
Yes. Episode 18.
Oh, we can vote.
And we can die for a country.
Like Hellboy did.
So this episode, we're obviously talking about Hellboy. Hellboy, which sucked. 2019 reboot, because we needed a reboot.
Well, much like my non-existent sex life, it's complicated and we're going to talk about it.
While we talk about the trash fest that is Hellboy 2019, what are we going to do?
Balloon animals!
Balloon animals.
Balloons! If one of us does not pop at least one balloon while trying to do this,
We're going to pop all the balloons, I'm sure. Let's time this mess. Joe, are we going to cover some spoilers or all the spoilers?
all of them, we're going to find new spoilers to spoil. We're going to spoil the future and the past. Boom!
I'm into it!
Before we get into anything, as you're a drunk nerd, trying to stay on theme, if you've watched The Hellboy, you'd know that he only drank one alcohol in the entire spread of the film. That alcohol was tequila. Tequila! Now, he drank Jose Cuervo, which if you're a drinker, you know that that is not real alcohol. That is just Mexican urine that they just label properly. Got a nice reposado, so it's not as terrible. I've already had a little bit, as I normally do. Plus, I was drinking some vodka and some whiskey and all kinds of things before because I just don't like my body. We're not going to stay on theme with projects, so at least I can stay on theme with killing myself. Before we get into this, I want to show how ridiculous this film is in the breadth of material they tried to cover. What exactly did they cover? They start with some material from Wake the Devil. This is a graphic novel. This is only about 4 issues. They also pull from Seed of Destruction. That's another 4 issues. Darkness Calls, that's another 6 issues. Wild Hunt, that's another 8 issues.
Oh, they crammed that in there too.
Hellboy in Mexico, that was the opening scene. Then, they decided Hellboy the Storm, they also put some of that in there. 3 issues in there. So not only do we have all of this crammed into this movie, we also have, which I did not bring, there's BPRD crammed in there also. Daimyo does not exist in any of these issues, and that's what this 1 2-hour movie is based on.
No, that tracks.
They basically took all of this, tore pages out, threw them up in the air, just randomly put 100 pages together, did one of these, script,
And we're done.
Why?
Let's make some balloon animals.
There's no instructions.
They're on the back.
That's it?
Yeah.
But I can't, that means I can't throw the box to the side. Are you going off book?
Can you go get that for me? This movie was not visually stunning. I mean, it had its okay scenes. It's so easy these days to make halfway decent CG scenes. But
as I've said, I'm like, it's not visually garbage.
Can you calm down? You're very loud right now.
I've been drinking tequila shots.
No, it's not garbage. Some scenes just stuck out more than others as, I'm not really buying it. The vomit ghosts looked weird, especially Ian McShane in his final death scene, where it's just, you see the body, and then you have this head that's sort of like differently lit, and just like, why? What is happening? It's insulting to Ian McShane as an actor.
Yeah, like, I can't argue with that. My favorite part of this film, and I mean this sincerely. So Nick and I saw this film with our friend Sal, who's in the middle of actually doing our lovely, also produced segment, Every Comic Book Movie Ever Ranked.
We'll put a link for it.
And I look over at one point, and I see Nick like this. That Nick, who loves everything, fucking hated this movie.
I didn't fucking hate it, but like, shh. Ew, I don't know where that finger's been.
Yeah, neither do I.
I feel like it was insulting to the work the first 2 Hellboy movies had already done. Throw it all away. Screw you, Ron Perlman. Thanks, but go away. Like, no.
I think that like a kit like this would come with like a knotting tool, maybe?
I think we're supposed to have smaller fingers. Rated ages 8 and up.
I feel like I'm not much bigger than an 8-year-old.
That is not a problem I can help you with.
So,
I need my own box. Can you go get my box? I don't need you in my face like this.
I need your box.
Go get it. You making a dog?
Well, I started to. I made a that.
Well, you've made a
No, I got it.
You've made a cock and balls. Good job. It's gonna pop.
Well, that's why you gotta like use the reservoir tip. Shut up.
Is that a bee?
No, that's a bow tie.
Oh, that's a bee. Oh, I'm calling that a bee, my friend. I'm already not liking this episode because the whole time I'm just like,
No! I'm leaking air again. His hind legs are deflating rapidly. I mean, I'm getting there.
yeah, sure.
Alright, and you're upset about this film. I'd like to know why.
I think it was the scene when all of the ghouls and demons get released into the city. And it was just this 5-minute montage of gore and nonsensical quick edits. And I'm just like, why? It's pointless. It just, like, it went on too long. If it was like a couple of quick scenes, like, alright, we get it. But it just went on, and it was super gory. Like, people were getting flayed and, like, spines were ripped out of
Can I ask
bodies.
you, did you think that it was pointlessly gory?
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt.
Yes. There was no purpose for the gore. Like, it was gory for the sake of being gory.
No. Oh, I made a wimpy.
Please don't pop. Please don't pop.
Woohoo, that's tight! Here, look, your nose is big too.
Capricorn.
So I gotta do that. No, I gotta do...
Excuse you, sir.
So the guy says to me, he says, one thing that was absolutely pointless. Did we need that, not one, but 2 jokes about Hellboy breaking cell phones?
The first one was like, oh. The second one, I thought it was maybe leading to something. First time it was with the stone hand. Like, okay, we get it. The second time it was with his regular hand. Okay.
No, it was just a dumb joke of like, haha, he's so goofy he breaks cell phones. At any point in the film, does he ever break anything else and forget his own strength?
No.
So then what's the point of the joke?
Pointless.
Yeah.
Do I need to say it?
No. Sometimes, Joe, things are just written poorly.
Well, you don't need me anymore. Guess I'll leave.
So like Nimue.
Animue.
But the way that she is in the comics is actually really, really cool. Is that she's just very kind of like almost an Emperor Palpatine, like Star Wars Emperor. She's very like hood over her head, very downcast, very soft spoken, and is one of these characters of like, don't make me raise my voice. Because if I have to...
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
That's boring on film.
With the right director, it's great on film.
Sure. I'm being facetious, Joe. Facetious.
Facetious.
Look it up if you need to.
Fish. Seafood.
Oppa!
Wiener dog.
What I want to know is, Alice has these powers that
Yeah.
she's known about the whole time. But it's not until Hellboy gets in the mix that she now realizes she can punch the soul out of these creatures. What's happening? What are we even doing?
That is not an ability she has in the comics. She also does not have the ability in the comics to vomit up ghosts. This whole, like, she has a superpower where she can vomit ghosts and punch souls.
It was a plot device.
But it was a bad plot device. Like, it wasn't even enjoyable.
As far as the powers, I guess they didn't want to make her seem like a damsel in distress.
I mean, but like, even that, like, I hated the scene where Daimyo comes to collect Hellboy, and he's like, get in the van, and he's like, we have to bring Alice. This is the only person I trust. Be like, you haven't seen this bitch in 20 years. What do you mean she's the only woman you trust? Not even woman, the only person you trust? Like, you don't even know her.
Oh, and there's other things, you know. I've been drinking and I forget. Joe's hurting right now. Yeah. That's supposed to be a mouse with a little tiny tail.
I made a lower intestine. It's so real. Nick, mango! Mango, Nick! I don't want to do this. I kept waiting for someone to be like, I'll swallow your soul. Like it felt cheesy.
The witch, Baba Yaga.
And here's the thing that sucks about Baba Yaga. Like, if none of you watching know who Baba Yaga is actually like a really interesting character in Russian folklore. Mike Mignola loves like Russian folklore, uses Baba Yaga and like kind of other characters a lot. And they're really interesting and engaging. Baba Yaga in the story doesn't like do freaking ninjutsu. Like, I don't know what that was about. She's just
Awesome fight scene!
yeah, like it was like that. It was just this. This is all I can do is this.
Did you do dog? What is step 2?
Oh my god, it's so confusing.
These illustrations that are supposed to be the directions are just horrendous. What were you trying to make?
Swan!
Nailed it.
Nick, I want to ask you a question about this film.
Do it!
What was your favorite part about this movie?
We got to make balloon animals.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Nope. Oh god, I hate everything.
Whatever is supposed to happen in step 4, I can't do it.
The swan thing makes no sense.
Thank you. In the last fight scene, did Nimue want him to grab the sword, or did she not want him to grab the sword? Because I feel like there was a lot of back and forth. She wanted him to grab it so he could destroy the earth, or she didn't want him to grab it because it was the one thing that could kill her.
Yeah. I made a dog. You're not wrong. It's very confusing because, again, they try to very ineffectually translate this comic to a movie. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, she wanted him to get the sword to become the king, but then to end everything, but then to not, but then to do it, but then to not, but then to do it.
Like, end the world, don't cut my head off. That'd be great.
It's a lot more cemented in the comic. She doesn't want him to get the sword.
And yet she brings him to it.
Well, but like, so in the comic, actually, he gets the sword, he actually kills her, and he actually dies. Like, what actually happens after this story is called Hellboy in Hell. It's actually, he dies and he winds up in hell and has to actually kill his own father. Is actually what ends up happening. I know I only drank this amount, but like, I kind of drank more than this amount.
Are you gonna die tonight?
I don't feel good.
David Harbour was a decent Hellboy.
No.
We can't blame him for the story or the directing. That would be fair.
But I also can't say that he was better than Ron Perlman.
I did not say that. I said he was decent. Mila Jovovich, I felt was
No.
kind of a boring, kind of a boring villainess.
Correct.
Nope. I agree.
No, like, honestly, like, one of the big problems with this film is, like, trying to find, actually, a solid positive of the film. This film sucks. And I say this as a ragingly drunk person right now. The writing is bad. The acting is bad. The directing is bad. Nick, are the graphics good? Yeah, so no.
Joe, what do you give this movie? 1 to 10.
Hard 4. I mean, maybe even a 3.
Oh, wow.
I think this film was nothing but pointless conjecture. Like, I hate being drunk and I can't speak. Hi, movies.
You know, I don't even think this film deserves my arbitrary scale. So I'm just gonna say 1 out of 5. Suck on that.
Wow. Wait. I want this in writing.
You have it on film. I give this film a 1. I'm pissed. I'm pissed for Ron Perlman.
I'm too drunk to argue with this.
Like, comment, subscribe, and ding the bell so you're notified every time we post new content. And if you'd like to see Joe just slightly more drunk...
No, I'm pretty drunk right now.
He's pretty drunk right now.
Yeah.
You can buy him a drink at our coffee link that you'll find down below.
Oh.
Are you okay?
No, that hurted a lot.